Okay, hi, how's everybody doing? I wanted to make this video primarily to talk to new distributors that may want to know what to do now that they're in Advocare. And there's many ways to go about learning what to do when you're in Advocare when you first sign up. There's many resources available on your website. For example, there's a training room. Okay, well, I'll just go through that for a second. Say you log in, the first page you're going to see is let's say welcome, basically when you log in. Okay, there's a little Spanish section. You can use it if you prefer Spanish. Let's say the business builders right at the top, right there where it says business builders. Shop now, that's clearly what it says. Auto ship if you want that. Primarily shopping now is primarily the main use that you're going to do. Incentive trips, right where it says incentives, that's for letting you know if you are in fact building a successful business. That will let you know how you're doing with some of the trips available. Like right now there's Viva Advocare. I'm not expecting to go right now because they are challenging. You have to have a significantly high performing business to get these free trips. They're amazing trips, but let me see how far I am from when you click, like, there's like a little colorful. Oh yeah, well, believe it or not, it says that it has a pretty impressive number. It says that my total retail volume right now is about 42,000, and the retail volume from new legs is only 2,400. So the new legs is sort of what is one of the gauges for that. Okay, so that's the trip. Okay, so that is one of the ways Advocare rewards people, so it's important to get into the trips aspect too. More specifically though, I wanted to get into how to become advisor and why you want to do that. So let's just say the services and discounts, let's go direct deposit, you do need that eventually. Downloads and forms, those are important if you want to make promotional flyers or get a logo to put on a shirt, things like that. There's awesome flyers there. The training boot camp, there's some valuable information there. Like Ruby boot camp, for example, opens up when you become silver, and that opened up for me about a year ago or so, and it's pretty valuable training. So Ruby boot camp did open up. Charlie Regis, I think the Charlie Regis one might be there, and that one is the actual founder of Advocare talking, and he actually goes into the nuts and bolts of how to build a successful Advocare business, and so it's very valuable. Okay. Resources, the compensation plan here on resources, where it says policies, procedures, and compensation plan, that right there is important. I actually took time to read that, and I think if you take time to read that, you will start understanding what Advocare is and get an idea of where you want to go, or at least the first phases of how Advocare works. Okay, Advocare isn't complicated, but at first, if you don't know how it works, there's a lot of questions you may have, and the policies and procedures would definitely take care of that for you. Recognition. Okay, that's if you are in fact again growing. One of my soul, for example, she hit silver 2 weeks ago. She would have come out on the new pin earner, for example, and when I hit silver new pin earner, if you're an advisor, when you hit advisor, you may get, I think you may get there might be too many advisors, I don't think, actually. Yeah, and let me just double check. Yeah, silver, there's a significant amount of silvers, and that's sort of the first level of leadership. I don't think they do any golds. One of my goals is to hit gold. So leadership, yeah, there's like, let's say for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was like 30 to 40 or maybe 50 golds. And it looks like there are a lot of married people, because it's always so maybe that helps them. But as you go higher, there's less and less. So maybe 6-star, there's less, because they're leadership roles. Okay, but so going back to home, well, this is about how you can hit advisor. Okay, and so the way you hit advisor is to sell or buy, because it's the same thing, basically through your through your website, is to go ahead and sell or buy $3,000 worth of product in 6 weeks. So this is the goal, right? So 3,000. Okay. And so at 20, now let's just say you were to get that at 30% off, because let's say you were putting $3,000 worth of stuff in your cart. Let's say, so Spark, for example, is Spark's $52. So it's 3,000 divided by 52. If all you were to buy is Spark, that would be like 58 cans of Spark, okay? And then you would become advisor, all right? Now let's just say 3,000 times 0.30, because you get it, if you were to put that order in, you get it about 30% off. Even if you build up to it, you get that last order, the last portion of your order, at 30% off. So you subtract $900, so 3,000 minus 900, so the total cost is 2,100, okay? So the rest would be potential profit for you, or it would be maybe you use some of it, so that maybe anywhere from $500 to $700, depending on how much you're going to use for yourself, right? But you can potentially make 900 profit on that first big order, okay? So that's the first way, is one big order. That's typically it, just one big order, anything $3,000, that adds up to $3,000, that's it. Now, the way I did it was because I didn't know how good this stuff was going to be, or I didn't know if it was going to work for me, or people were actually going to want it. I didn't know. So I took it day by day, and it was cool, because what happened to me, I remember what you can do then is take 6 weeks, okay? And let's just say you take 6 weeks, right? Let's say it has to be done in a certain pay period. So right now, for example, this pay period, when you go, this is an important part. So say you log in, where it says reports, right there, as soon as you enter, it'll say reports. Go to the second one down, it says volume and earnings, okay? That will let you know what you qualify. So when you're starting out with Advocare, you get 20% discount, okay? Again, that 20% is both your savings, and that would be what you make on whatever you sell. So if you were to sell $100, you would make $20, okay? They're not astronomical figures, but that's how it works, okay? So you make $20, okay? And so you got the $20 there at the 20%. But as you can see, when you're here at this volumes and earnings screen, you're going to see it says it has 3 periods. It might just have 1, but basically it looks at 3 periods at a time at max on this screen. It says you currently qualify for 20%, right? And well, when you hit the first $500, so say you have to hit 500 in order for it to roll over and to start accumulating into the next one. When you hit your first 500, then you're officially in the game of qualifying for advisor, okay? So you hit the first one at 500, or maybe you hit 700, it doesn't matter, but you need at least 500. You now move into the 25% mark, okay? Let's say you get that in 2 weeks, okay? But let's just say you don't hit it in the next period. Let's say you don't do anything. Let's say this is sort of what I did, okay? So the first period, say I did 500, right? Let's just say that's sort of what I did the first period, okay? The next period, I hit 1,000. Okay, so now I'm halfway. So then I got 30%, and then I got excited. I was like, "Wow, 30%!" So then I was already in, right? So now I just need that to hit 40%. You got to push sort of to get that last portion. And with a good team, with a good sponsor, I don't think it should be that hard to hit it if you're already at 30%, because that only leaves about 1,500 in retail sales, which is 30% of that, about 450 off, so about $1,100. Okay, a shout out to Elsa, who just made advisor yesterday. Aaron, who joined the team because his sister's advisor, and he joined the team on Saturday, and Jessica, who also just joined the team today. So let's just say you hit, now you need 1,500, right? So then you need to hit that last part in the next 2 weeks, 1,500, and then that's when you hit your 40%. Okay, does that make sense? So you hit the first one 500, the next one when you hit 1,000, and the next one you hit 1,005. Okay, so that would be an example of how you hit advisor. All right. One more example. So we now have, first example is just there. A question you might ask is, what if you were to hit, 500 on one period, 0 on the next, and then 2,500 on the 6 weeks? Well, that will still, you'll still be able to get the advisorship, because even though you skipped one, you didn't get 0. Now here's the kicker. Here's, I think, the only time that it would be bad is this. Here's 2 bad situations. When, let's just say, you want to avoid this. Let's just say you hit 500 on one, and then you hit 300 the next one, so you're at 800. And then, so that 300 doesn't even count, because it needs to hit 500 for it to keep rolling over, to count towards the total. 500, 300, 800, and the next one is 1,000. Okay, so then only 1,500 would count, plus 300, and then so you would be short a significant portion. Okay, so that would be a bad example. And I don't want to confuse you as much as let you know there are moments where you have to be careful. It has happened where someone will get close, or they'll lose a week, or they'll lose 2 weeks, because even though they were counting, like one of my friends recently hit 600, and she didn't put in she put a small order of 200, so that was about $800 that just didn't go towards anywhere. She got to 25%, but she didn't get to 30%, or didn't lock in the 40%. Once you hit the 40%, you're locked in for life. I think it's pretty permanent. Okay, so these are some ways. Don't let that second part confuse you. Just know that there is ways which you can lose what you put in as far as volume. But all that being said, you just focus on either going right after it or putting in orders of 500 or more over the 6 weeks. You should be fine. And me as a leader in your organization will make sure that, especially if you just talk to me, and I'll be paying attention for the most part. But I just want to make this video to welcome Jessica, Aaron, and Elsa into the advisorship, or go on there and answer any questions you have. So have a good day. I just want to spend some time here for you and to help you grow with Advocare. I'll make sure you get the invites and everything you need to get to the next level. Have a good day.